Welcome back to DIY Wood Revival. Today, I'm going to show you how I built this mitre station. Let's get started.
So this is my mitre saw station before this build. It was horrible. Working on the ground was an absolute nightmare. I wanted to build this out for a while, but other projects keep taking priority, until now. All the materials for this project are some kind of plywood. These planks that I'm using for all the framing are seconds ply strips. I've got a local guy that gives them to me for $1.50 a metre. 2x4s in New Zealand are extortionate at the moment, and these are plenty good enough for what I'll be using them for. I'm going to make this quite high, 1.3 meters, which is ideal for me because I'm almost 2 meters. To join everything together, I'll be using pocket holes, and I won't be using any glue in case I want to add anything to it or take anything apart later on. The first step was to screw together 4 of these squares that'll make up the legs, and then attach 2 of these squares together with 3 horizontal planks. I purposely didn't join the squares together on the bottom of the outer edge so that it's easier to use the space under the bench. Finally, I threw on a couple of stretchers to help support the plywood top, and I used pocket hole screws to attach these as well. Once I'd assembled both sections, I moved them into place, then ripped down a slice of plywood for the top of each and screwed it down. Finally, I attached the 2 sections together, ensuring the space between them was slightly wider than my mitre saw, and that the base of the mitre saw lined up with the top of each bench. Then I screwed down the saw to the centre section, and gave it a quick check to make sure that the saw lined up with the tabletops. I thought I might as well give it a test drive, so I cut a few 45-degree sections to use to support the fence that I'll add to either side of the saw. The fences are made out of strips of plywood with 3 of these 45-degree wedges to support them. This is the only part of the build where I used glue. I didn't want these fences to change at all, otherwise I won't get 90-degree cuts with my saw. To attach the fences to the bench, I clamped the straightest plank I had to the mitre saw, and then I pushed each fence hard up against it before screwing it down. When I finished, I had another check just to make sure everything was square. The next job was to build out the empty wall behind the saw. I used a piece of 12mm ply as backing for this. I just had to cut out a hole for the power points with a jigsaw. Then I screwed it in place and started adding the slats for a French cleat system. If you want to see a full video of how I put together a French cleat wall, there's a link in the description. I'm a big fan of the French cleats, mainly because of how modular it is, and especially for someone like myself who's just starting out and slowly adding more tools to their collection. The first addition to this side of the French cleats will be a charging station that I've needed since I bought my first power tool. These little holders are quick and easy, and you can make them to hold any tool. There's also plenty of space between the fence and the wall. One side will just be for products, but on this side I've added a place to store screws, where I can grab them quickly without having to fumble through boxes. To fill the last gap in the wall, I'm going to add a chalkboard, mainly because I think it'll be handy, but partially because I had some chalk paint lying around. I threw 2 coats of paint on a piece of ply, then attached it to the wall with some screws. The last thing I'm going to add is a hood for the saw to help catch some of the dust. This was just 3 pieces of plywood screwed together. At some stage I'll add ports behind the saw for dust collection, but this is a start. I had to be sure not to restrict the miter saw in any way so that I can still make any of the cuts that I want. That'll do me for now. I'm happy to be off the ground and be working at a comfortable height. And all the extra storage is super helpful.
So that's it for now. I'm definitely going to add some more to it at some stage though. I'll work with it like this for a couple of projects, see how I get on. Definitely want to add some dust extraction here, suck all that dust back so it doesn't blow out of my face. Probably put the dust collector there, maybe add some drawers there or some storage for something else there, see what happens. But we'll get a feel for it for a couple of projects and go from there.
This was a quick and simple build that'll make all my future builds a lot easier.
If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more DIY wood revival content. Thanks for watching.